Welcome to the 2020 Pioneers in Engineering Robotics Competition. This year's game is Not Munch Time. Not Munch Time is composed of two alliances who will compete to serve ingredients and complete recipes in the fastest time. There is a wall in the center of the field, splitting the entire field into two halves. This separates the field into the Gold Alliance and the Blue Alliance. The wall is composed of a dining table and a pantry for each alliance. There is a health inspector button on top of the dining table and a king rat underneath. Each side of the field has a wall that consists of 3 equally spaced staging areas. Staging areas have an opening for placing ingredients. In between 2 of the staging areas is an order bell. Each side of the field also contains an oven and refrigerator on opposite sides of each other, facing inwards towards the field. Each oven has an on button on its front face. Located on each side of the field are 3 rats for a total of 6 rats. With the king rat, there are 7 total. Before each match is a 10-second pre-match period. During the pre-match period, each alliance must select which robot will be the master robot. The master robot will be the robot responsible for solving a coding challenge if one is activated. The game begins with each robot in the respective alliance's starting zone. There is first a 30-second autonomous period where robots will run pre-programmed code. During the autonomous period, robots attempt to complete actions of varying difficulty and will be rewarded based on their completion. During the autonomous period, failure to leave the starting zone will result in a 5-second penalty. In terms of actions, you can press the order bell to activate Not My Cabbages, which will take away a pre-placed veggie item from the opposing alliance at the end of the autonomous period. You can also press the On button to fire up, which will automatically cook any ingredient that is placed in the oven. The autonomous period is followed by the teleoperated period, where robots are controlled by the team's singular driver. The teleoperated period is the final phase of the match. The teleoperated period consists of 4 possible phases: Recipe 1, Recipe 2, Recipe 3, and Overtime, for a maximum total of 2 minutes and 40 seconds. A new recipe is declared every 40 seconds. Recipes will need to be completed in sequential order, meaning that you will have to complete the previous recipes before moving on to the next. Once you submit your recipe, the time you took to complete that recipe will be recorded. The timer for the entire game will continue to run, regardless if you have completed any recipes. Recipes will be randomly generated, but will generally correspond to a certain difficulty level. Recipe 1 will be easy, Recipe 2 will be medium, Recipe 3 will be hard. In the possibility of the overtime round, the recipe can be of any difficulty, however, they will tend to be hard or very hard. Alliances will only go into the overtime round when their scores are less than 15 seconds apart from each other. To complete a recipe, the alliances can complete several actions. The actions that robots may perform in Teleop can include moving ingredients from the pantry, which are sorted and stacked by color, getting cheese from the refrigerator, which is accessed by pulling the handle, and accessing the oven through coding challenges. The oven can cook 1 ingredient at a time. These ingredients may be used to complete a recipe that calls for a cooked ingredient. The oven is activated by inserting an ingredient and pressing the On button, which will activate your coding challenges. Your coding challenges must be correct, and you must hold the button down for 5 seconds to cook the ingredient while the ingredient is still in the oven. Once all of the ingredients needed for the recipe are placed in the staging area, teams may press the order bell to indicate that they have completed the recipe, sending a time to add to their final score. In addition to actions that complete a recipe, robots may also engage in side quests. These side quests include pressing the health inspector button and moving the rats on the field. Pressing the health inspector button will result in a health violation for both alliances. Robots will be disabled for a number of seconds equivalent to the number of rats on the respective side of the field. This is where moving the rats come into play. You can move the rats on your opponent's side of the field to disable them for longer. The king rat counts for double the time, meaning that is worth 2 seconds. Robots may not remove, leave, or destroy the game field, its pieces, or the opposition. Good luck, and remember, it's a rat race.